At what point are breeders gonna finally admit that enough is enough? How many small-sized caskets have to be put in front of your face or in your imagination for you to start questioning why this lunacy has to continue? The thumbnail on this story was just that particularly disturbing to me, because the whole time, the mother that did this to her children was saying it was the dad's fault. It was the dad's fault over and over and over again. And yet, if you look this story up, you don't even know what to think. Because she did it because she was going to lose custody of her children. Oh, woe is her. Lose custody. How could that happen? And this is the thing that most people don't fucking understand. As soon as you reproduce another human being onto this planet, they are pretty much already going to have government documents assigned to them immediately. They are government property. You're only allowed to own them within the regulations that they provide. And by the way, they can take your children away from you at any given moment. And there's nothing you can fucking do about it. We all like to believe like, oh yeah, I'll go out and fight and kill for my children, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck are you going to do against a government with a monopoly on violence? Really think to yourself, what exactly are you actually going to be able to do? This case disturbed me so much. And there's been a few cases like this I've seen over the past few months. The guy who offed his entire, was it his wife and kids, or was it just the kids and himself? Something like that. But he definitely offed both of his children because he thought they were lizard people or something. Does that just mean that being a natalist requires you to find a victim? Like almost unconsciously? Why would you do this to someone who didn't even want to be here in the first place? Who didn't ask you, who didn't force you to bring them here in the first place? And give them such a brutal ending because of your own petulance, your own inability to understand the scope of your decisions, the consequences. People get injured and die at fucking baby showers. Baby showers. Oh yeah, let's get the fireworks out and let's do a gender reveal and let's make it a whole big event, and then the event catches fire because of the fireworks. What is it about the human species that has given us this insane, God complex. We can attribute infanticide to just mental health and just find every way to shift the blame, except asking, why did this child even exist in the first place? Just to end like that. You're gonna tell me there's a fucking cosmic, I don't know what the fuck, cosmic sky fairy in the fucking outside of the universe that knew this was going to happen, created a world in which this type of outcome was able to happen and happened all the time, but his plan is still beyond our understanding, right? Because think about it, what do they invoke when things like this happen, right? Mental health, demonic possession, blah blah, like that's usually it, right? The evil, this is evil, this is evil. And yes, it is fucking evil, of course it is. What's more evil was bringing these innocent children here, knowing what kind of evil place this fucking hellscape is, and expecting the best outcomes for them. Are you kidding me? They weren't even more than 6 or 7 years old. Even if that was the case, like, could you imagine the terror that these children were feeling? As I think one of them, the mother offed in this thumbnail. One of them, the mother offed. The other one is in critical condition, and I'm not sure. I haven't followed the story up since I saw it. But could you imagine the last thing you ever experience in this life as a child is your own mother bludgeoning you to death because she was trying to escape having to give up custody because she was already a piece of shit to begin with. When is it going to be enough? What kind of mental circle jerk gymnastics are you going to invoke to make this rational? Or rather, the subsequent fallout from it rational. What the fuck is the rational follow-up to this? Okay, put her in jail, blah, blah, blah. Then what? Oh yeah, but you should still keep having kids because the GDP or God said or you shouldn't be so pessimistic. Like, really? I'm just increasingly disgusted with like this sense of I know what's right because I know it is, and I know I have to keep propagating it because I know it's right. This circular reasoning, and just it's a mix of different factors that just bring out the worst possible fucking mindset you could ever imagine. But we, for choosing to step back from this fucking freak show, we're the ones who are depressed and have certain ideations and we're just negative and we're selfish for not wanting to inflict this onto another human being that didn't even ask for it in the first place. I just don't get how, or maybe I do. Maybe I do get why. People are just responding to their conditioning. That's all it is. We've lied to ourselves so hard that, we do have the power. We do have the free will and the autonomy and all the bullshit freedom garbage you could come up with. But we are children, first and foremost. We're just grown children pretending that we're not. And going through life justifying all the fucked up decisions we do and we make because our parents did it, or the culture expects you to do it, or your friends expect you to do it. Any cost, any brutality, any atrocity is reasonable and later on justifiable for a natalist. Anything is justifiable to these people. I'll link the story in the description. You can go read it if you want. I suggest you do, especially if you're someone who thinks that still having children is something that could possibly be one of the worst things you could do. Please read it. Don't let this become you. Don't let this become somebody close to you either.